Carl's Cam moment of the game. This LeBron, the spin and the dunk, big game, James.
Well, yeah, you can't body him up, Darren Fox was barbecue chicken down there in the first place. But you can't put a body on him. He's just going to spin off of it. And that is the king.
AD scored only 10 points, but was all over the place in this defensive master class. He's speaking with Mike in the locker room.
Well, I'm sure you're frustrated with the missed free throws, but and Rui picking you up with the tip out, I suppose that's something you appreciated.
Nah, I'm not gonna say I'm frustrated because I like both of them, both in and out. Don't feel like I could have shot it any differently. Once in the past, I was completely missed, so either left, short, or right, or long. But both these in and out. But I definitely appreciate Rui. With the tip out, my wife even called me and said Rui saved you. So that made me feel worse than I actually did. Whose side you on? But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we got the tip out, AR knocked down too, and we, able to seal a victory.
Well, there were other things that you did certainly to contribute to the victory, AD. But the defense now, this is several games in a row where you guys, it's a good offensive opponent. What are the primary things you think you can kind of cement in as you go home from this point?
Everything that we're doing defensively, we've been physical, we're talking, we're communicating, we're, covering for one another, we're rebounding, our coverages are on point. So we're just flying around doing everything, being gritty, and playing desperate on the defensive end. So anytime we can play like that, when our offense isn't always there, we can rely on our defense, and we just want to carry that into Monday's game.
Obviously, when you guys have watched film throughout the season, right, defensively especially, the focus has been on the breakdowns. But what's it been like seeing, these possessions where there was one in the first half today where it was every rotation was where it needed to be, every switch and recovery was where it needed to be. How much more frequently have you seen these kind of almost perfect defensive possession pop up when you've watched your own team play?
Is that kind of what I just kind of answered?
Probably. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at it, I mean, when we're actually playing, it feels great, it looks great. We can feel the energy, we can feel the swagger that we have defensively. And we're starting to just do things that we just didn't do during the stretch where we were bad. And it's just kind of instinctual, if that makes sense. And then when you see it on film, it's even more, glorified because of, like I said, it feels good in the game. And then when you watch it, it's just oh damn, we're really good, on all aspects, defensively. So you gotta keep that up. It's gonna, you're the old term, defense win championships. We just gotta keep defending.
Effort and execution has been apparent, but in the time you guys actually finally had a few practices.
Yep. I'm listening, Dave.
Did you make any schematic adjustments, or has it been mostly
defensively?
Yeah.
No, not really. Obviously, it's game by game. We still have our base defense, and then depending on the matchups, we'll adjust what we want to do. But for the most part, it's just us actually deciding okay, we need to buckle down defensively and play. We're giving up too many points and too many offensive rebounds, open threes, we're fouling, everything. We're just going for fast break points. And we kind of just, cleaned all of that up. It was nothing really schematically that we really done, but because we do our base, and we just don't know if we were messing up so many coverages and not covering for one another, not talking, not helping, so you can't really know if your base defense works. And we still stick with our base defense, and we're seeing that it's working right now because we're doing the things that we're supposed to do. And game by game, we'll change how we defend certain guys or certain teams.
There were
Last question.
a couple games like Orlando, Atlanta, where you guys had the lead, and then offensively weren't probably getting into the actions that you wanted to tonight. Getting the rebound and the free throws. How do you feel about the late game offense, and where do you guys have to be a little more crisp?
I actually think we executed pretty good tonight. Where we got an open three in the corner and he just missed. We're drawing, two, three guys sometimes, and we're spraying out, and guys are, just missing shots. But I think we got some good looks. I think we're executing. Had shots at the rim that we just missed. But I think our execution has been there. Obviously, we always can clean it up, but I think we're executing late game.
Thanks, ladies.
Thanks for bailing out.
The Lakers sweep the two-game set in Sacramento. AR with 16 points in the win. We'll hear from him next.
Access Sportsnet Lakers is brought to you in
Austin Reeves scored 16 points. Back to Mike. He's with AR.
Austin, what do you take out of winning back-to-back games in a place where it's tough to get wins and kind of riding your defense after a couple weeks ago? That was clearly a tough point for you guys, especially on the road.
Yeah, I mean, it feels good anytime to win in the league, but especially against a team that's as competitive as they are. They play super hard. Their coaches do a good job with their schemes and their intensity that they play with. And for us to just be good defensively shows that we're capable of doing. We got to continue to do it. So that's really it.
What have you seen from LeBron and Rui and kind of the physicality in the front court, helping AD, low man rotations, and how that's tightened up?
Yeah, I mean, those guys are blessed with strength and speed, and they can use it to help us be successful, and that's what they've been doing. So tip your hat to them, two really good players.
Identities aren't built over the course of 2 or 3 games, but I mean, where you guys are at defensively over the last 2 weeks, did you think this team had that in it?
Yeah, I mean, that's yeah, I thought, once we, gelled together, I really buy into what the coaches' schemes are game to game. I feel like, anytime you got, a guy like AD on the back line of defense, you can be a good defensive team. You just got to, have some structure around that. So he anchors our defense, offense, everything, but especially our defense. He basically is our defense, and we got to just help him throughout the course of the game.
When you guys go through a rough stretch, I know you were missing for some of it, so you weren't at full strength. But when you go through a rough stretch as a team, then see when you come out the other side of it, how does it kind of help the group belief in terms of where the season can go?
Yeah, I mean, anytime you're winning is great. There's we live 2 lives, I think, and it's you're happy when you win and you're pissed off and sad when you lose. So you just got to believe in the process of what we're doing and doing things the right way. If you do things the right way and you lose, obviously you're not happy, but you can build on the things that you were doing. And I feel like some of those games that we did lose, we were doing that. We were building, being process oriented instead of the opposite. So it sucks to go through those stretches, but it is the NBA, and you're gonna have stretches like that.
All right, time for a little Access 360. B, going to break it down for us?
We'll break down a little bit about why LBJ tonight had his mind made up about getting downhill. And when he has his mind made up, it's going to be hard to stop him. Now, you'll see here, this is a great illustration of just getting him in the post, or the mid-post, if you want to call it, and then everybody kind of spread it out, keeping their space. And when you see D and Connect up there, and you see Gabe over there, and this is just a James Worthy move. That's back in the day. That's a spin off his body. And like Clever said earlier, as soon as he feels you, he just spins off you. Now you're getting the ball to him in the middle of the floor where he can see everything that's going on. And when you give him the ball in the middle of the floor at the top of the key with a live dribble where he's able to do whatever he wants, he just takes advantage of the defense. Now this is just man amongst younger man. And he just was able to just finish on these guys. Here's another pick and roll. And again, Austin just keeping these guys occupied, and then LBJ doing what he does best, seeing that the defense is trying to front him, he just goes to the basket and gets a nice little layup. And again, right here, you can see right when he caught it at the three-point line, he just has on his mind to attack. And this is, now look, Lyle right here, 41, who's jumped, He's not a small guy. He's a power forward in this league, right? And LeBron just took it right to him, finished right over the top. Again, you got a LBJ, when he has his mind made up to just go downhill, there's nobody in this league that can stop him.
Got him.
Nice breakdown right there.
Yes, sir.
That was real nice.
That's LBJ at his finest.
You look good, too. There's no stopping you when you go to the wall, man.
You know,
Buckets.
when I go to the wall, I feel good. Feel like I'm part of the team.
Yeah.
Nah, you
And I
part
just
of the
want,
team.
you know what I'm saying?
When you go to the wall, we call on your play.
Yeah, we calling your
Especially
play
with the
and just
outfit.
showing it all
It's
off,
nice,
you know,
yeah.
putting a little purple in there with me. Shoot, it's all on.
Shoes, everything. Lakers come away with a huge win in Sacramento, 9 points and 11 boards for Rui in the win. We'll hear from him next. Your Lakers won the game, scoring you 2 free tacos with any drink purchased from Jack in the Box tomorrow. Just ask for the Lakers deal when you order, valid only at Los Angeles restaurants. Go Lakers and go Jack. Big Game James, you know what to do.
You know, go to Jack in the Box. Get those tacos. But don't fall asleep on those egg rolls.
Do not
man.
sleep on those egg rolls, Byron. Rui Hachimura had a season best.
Egg rolls.
11 rebounds,
Don't go to sleep on those rolls.
Check it out.
including that crucial one. He's speaking of Sacramento.
They good about 137.
Rui, pretty significant play you made after Anthony Davis missed the second free throw. What were you seeing on that play that kind of led to that back top?
You know, I saw they stopped the Alex Lane, so they knew it was going to be, you know, big offense play. So, the big rebound play. So I was like, you know, because there's the 3 guys, 3 big men in there. So I knew the other guy next to me gonna go to the AD, so I knew I kind of if I push a little bit, I could kind of get a good position and I can top out. You know, I've been doing that in the whole season. Literally, you guys seen that, but yeah, but that was a much needed. You know, I kind of felt bad that I missed the last 3 in the corner, so I was like, I gotta get back something, you know, for the team. So yeah, it was a good one.
I think you guys finished double-digit steals as a team. Defensively, you guys seem to have raised your level over the past 2 weeks. What have you seen be the biggest difference for you guys on the end of the floor?
Yeah, that's what we've been focusing on this past couple weeks. You know, we've been watching a lot of films about our defense, and especially like this, you know, this away games, you know, we need a defense, and they are obviously their offense team, so we knew they're going to be so aggressive in transition. So we were able to, but these past 2 games, we were able to run back and kind of, you know, we are good with this transition defense. So I think that kind of helped us, you know, and our half-court defense has been great. So yeah.
All right, big game. Let's talk AD for a minute here. Listen, it was interesting, right? He had 0 points in that first quarter, but that was okay. Lakers had a great first quarter. He's got the 2-3 blocks to go with it. Just had a nice, solid all-around game. And listen, it's a physical contest when you're playing Domantas Sabonis in the Kings.
It is, and you know, Sabonis, he's a physical guy. He pushes AD. When AD turns his back, he got away with a lot of 2-hand pushes in the back. Very subtle, hard for the referee to see. So I think AD doesn't really have. I mean, we do depend on him to score, but tonight it wasn't about scoring. It's about him being present, being in the paint, blocking shots, tracking the ball, altering shots, you know, getting offensive rebounds. You know, there were guys that would go in the paint, they think about it, and they pass it back out. That's what he represented tonight. We know he can get numbers, a lot of attention, you know, on him defensively. So it wasn't there tonight. That's why you have Reeves. That's why you have Rui. That's why you have other guys to step up. But defensively, he's always present on the floor.
Yeah, and listen, he's coming off. He's been on a tear, right?
Yeah,
He just scored 40, but it was nice. He got 15 rebounds. I like seeing him do different things too.
I
always
do
have
too.
to count on him getting 30 to win.
Yeah, I would think that AD's happy to not have to score 30 every single night, you know, and take the load off of him a little bit. But like Clever said, the biggest thing is that you know he's there. His presence alone is going to affect the game. So he's going to block 3 shots like he did tonight, but he probably changed 6 or 7 more, and then he made them think about probably another 10 when they went in there. So just his presence out there is going to be where he's going to be effective. And offensively, we know what he can do. Tonight was one of those nights where he was able to kind of take the night off offensively because other guys stepped up. But it's a great win, you know, no matter what, and it's great when he's just on the basketball floor.
Fellas, tonight there will be no beam lighting in the state capitol. Lakers move to 3-0 against the Kings. We'll wrap things up next.
Access Sportsnet Lakers is brought to you